ಉನ್ನತ ಹುದ್ದೆಯಾದ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕ ಹುದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಮಟ್ಟದ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ತೃಪ್ತಿಕರ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ 2002ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಉನ್ನತ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಸಿಸಿದ್ದ ವೈದಿಕ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ಥಕತೆ ಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ನಿವೃತ್ತರಾದ ನಂತರ ಪೌರೋಹಿತ್ಯ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಪೂರ್ವಾಪರ ವೈದಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯಿಂದ ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಶ್ಲಾಘನೀಯವೇ ಸರಿ. ವೈದಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಅಪರ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಕರ್ತಾರರಿಗೆ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುವ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಅವುಗಳ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ ಪೌರೋಹಿತ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತರ ಪೌರೋಹಿತ್ಯ ಕ್ರಮ ಮತ್ತು ಅಪರ ಪೂರ್ವ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಗಳ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಶಂಸಿಸಿ ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಅಭಿನವವಾಗಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದತ್ರ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಪರಕಾಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳವರು ಪೂರ್ವಾಪರ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ನಿಷ್ಣಾತ ಎಂಬ ಬಿರುದನ್ನು ಸಹ ಅನುಗ್ರಹಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ವೈದಿಕ ಷೋಡಶ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಾಡಭೂಷಿ ವಿಜಯರಾಘವಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಅವರು.
ಅಸ್ಮದ್ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಯಸ್ಯ ಭವದ್ಭಕ್ತಜನಾರ್ತಿಹಂ ತೋಭಿತತ್ವಮನ್ಯೇಷ್ವಿಚಾರ್ಯತೋರ್ಣಂ ಸ್ತಂಭೇವತಾರಸ್ತಮನನ್ಯಲಭ್ಯಂ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀನೃಸಿಂಹಂ ಶರಣಂ ಪ್ರಪದ್ಯೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮಾನ್ ವೆಂಕಟನಾಥಾರ್ಯ ಕವಿತಾರ್ಕಿಯಕೇಸರಿ ವೇದಾಂತಾಚಾರ್ಯವರ್ಯೋ ಮೇ ಸನ್ನಿಧತ್ತಾಂ ಸದಾ ಹೃದಯ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀಮದಾದಿವಂಶಟೋಪೈತಿಂ ನಮಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಂಗಶಟೋಪೈತಿಂ ನಮಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀ ವೀರರಾವಶಟೋಪೈತಿಂ ನಮಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀ ವೇದಾಂತದೇಶಿಕೈತಿಂ ನಮಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀ ನಾರಾಯಣೇತಿಂ ನಮಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಸಿಂಹ ದಿವ್ಯಪಾದಕ ಸೇವಕ ಶ್ರೀವಂಶಟೋಪ ಶ್ರೀ ರಂಗನಾಥೇತಿಂ ನಮಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಂದರ ಸೌಮ್ಯ ನಾರಾಯಣಾರ್ಯ ಮಹಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸಂಗಾರ್ಯ ಮಹಾದೇಶಿಕಾಯ ನಮಃ. Honorable Director and other officers of the Bharatiya Vidyaparam Bangalore, brothers and sisters of august audience and friends. At the outset, it gives me immense pleasure to be here and to talk on a very important subject like Vedika Shodasha Samskara. I don't know how far I am competent in this sense. It is a very, very big subject, and perhaps half an hour is not enough from the point of the implications involved and the depth of knowledge in each of the samskaras. However, I have tried my best to a 5-page note on that. Now, God in His Leela Vibhuti has created this world in which man is the best of all creations, as he is vested with discretion as differentiated from other animals. To start with, he also preached Vedas, Itihasas, Puranas and Dharmashastras to Brahmadeva so as to enable man to achieve Atmakshema, which means Mukti or eternal bliss, which is also called Paramapurushartha. These Vedas are broadly divided into 2 parts, namely Karmakanda and Jnanakanda. Further, 4 Varnas, namely Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, were created by God Himself, depend upon the nature of duties and responsibilities of people belong to these Varnas. It should be noted that no one is superior or inferior to some other man belonging to a different varna just because he is a Brahmin or Kshatriya, etc., so long he is carrying out his duties and responsibilities as expected of him through Shastras, etc. By performing Karmanushtana, one should achieve Chitta Shuddhi, thereby enriching Sattva-guna, leading to Jnana or knowledge, after which only one will get Mukti. In fact, the ultimate goal of all the religions is Mukti only, as a religion is defined as a golden chain which binds the soul of man to the feet of God. For the people belonging to the first 3 Varnas, Shastras have prescribed broadly Shodasa Samskaras, which are Garbhadana, Pumsavana, Simanta, Jatakarma, Namakarana, Nishkramana, Annaprachana, Chudakarma, Karnaveda, Upanayana, Vedaramba, Godana or Keshanta, Vrata Samavartana, Samavartana and Samavartana or Snanakarma, Vivaha and the 16th one being Antyeshti. Now, which I have, of course, I have not had here. Some people opine that Antyeshti is not the samskara to be included in the 16. However, Apastamba and others, they feel it is also one of the samskaras because it start with Garbhadharana because it is the commencement, and end also should be there as a samskara as it is meant for Atma. All these samskaras are meant for Atma, while Sharira Shuddhi is something different. Therefore, they feel that the 16 samskara Antyeshti is also correct. Now, a samskara, roughly, broadly speaking, it may be defined as a process which enables a man to perform his duty or dharma to the best of his ability. Now, other definition also tells what is called dravya kriya, which means samskara. The interaction of beyond dravya and kriya, which takes you to shuddhi. That means that is a samskara. That means that is Brahma. Shuddhi means Brahma is always Shuddhi, that one man. So, Sarva Shuddha. So, that means he is the person to be seen through all actions. There are different kinds of samskara, namely Dravya samskara, Tantra samskara, and Mantra samskara. These are broad definitions. A Dravya samskara means like the one you, for example, suppose you take a vessel or something else you used in the samskara. So you have to clean it with the help of tamarind fruit or whatever it may be. That is Dravya samskara itself. Now this mantra samskara is one that directly goes to the soul by uttering or chanting the Vedic hymns. Now this Vedic hymns, you know there are three ones, Udatta, Anudatta and the same one. So now Udatta means always it goes in the Dirgatva, it more or less signifies all the three like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they are also denoted in this swaras. So when you say ha, that udatta, that describes Brahmin. And the one which is not as that describes Kshatriya, and the other one anudatta that describes Vaishya. So this is also elucidated there. In fact, in a Veda, every akshara is more or less, it goes to the Almighty only. Because every akshara is a Harinama. Because Vedaksharani, Vyasa himself told, Vedaksharani yavanti patitani dvijatibihi tavanti harinamani kirtitani nasamshaya. So it means every akshara is a self-God. Now this Tantra samskaras are like the one who decorates the function hall and trees for ladies, what you call this Rangavalli. So these are all called Tantra samskaras. Further, the prerequisites are sadhanas required for performing a samskara, like the place of samskara, the materials to be used with their specifications, the type of firewood, darba, etc. are all well specified. In fact, we will be wondering to know, even in darba there are three kinds. So, male darba, purusha darba, stri darba, napumsaka darba, and in certain ruchiyas only specific type of darbas only has to be used. You will find a detailed analysis of this in the Samskara Mahodadihi written by Dr. A. Ananta Narsimhachar in his very elaborate grantha. In fact, it is his 30-year effort on it. In fact, he took as a part of it, he obtained his PhD from the Bangalore University. There are also upasamskaras like Ankurarpana, Pratisarabandha, that is binding of kankana, which are used in chaula, upanayana and vivaha, and annaprashana, chaula, upanayana, vivaha, pumsavana and simanta respectively. However, in practice, only 12 samskaras are being followed, namely Garbhadana, Pumsavana, Simanta, Jatakarma, Namakarana, Annaprashana, Chudakarma, Upanayana, Vedaramba or Upakarma, Vratasamavartana, Vivaha and Antyeshti. These are briefly outlined as follows. On Garbhadana. This is a process by which a lady conceives as a result of sexual intercourse with her husband. This samskara is important to prevent certain defects of the parents do not affect the offspring. It is also recognized as a duty of man to leave a suitable substitute to continue his services to the society and thereby clear his pitrina as spelled out in Shruti. Pajananam vai patishta sadhu prajaya astam tam tanvana pitrinamadano bhavati tadeva tasyaranam taityorapishta. So only when you produce a good substitute of you to continue your services to the society and nation as a whole, then you are a complete man. Prajaya hi manashya purnaha. When you will be a complete man means only when you leave a suitable substitute. It is not necessary that you will continue forever, but your progeny should continue to serve the country or to serve the society as a whole. The do's and don'ts are also well specified for this purpose. So, this Garbhadana, when it is done, in fact, you must have heard in Vivaha we say, Dharma Prajartam Vranimahe. When you do it from this point of view, it is not a karma, it is a dharma, as is your duty. So, this is spelled there also. While this Gotra Pravara is done, people say that Dharma Praja Bhavadi Yamang Kanyam Dharma Prajartam Vranimahe in this sense only. Now, what is the Dharma Praja means? He has to be a good example of all sattva gunas being a Brahmin. So that incurs the time of intercourse, what is the nature of the couple, when they should do, all these things are well specified. It is not that something like the animals enjoy that or animals have the sensual intercourse whenever they like. It is not like that among the human beings. So it should be noted here. So because in fact it is the discretion or the viveka that differentiates a man from other animals. Ahara vidra nidra bhaya maitunancha samanyametat pashupirnaranam dharmo hidesham vibhinna sadhanam dharmena hina pashubis samana. So it well implies that you should know what is your dharma, want it to be done, how it should be done. It all depends. Of course, dharma is uniform from yugas to yugas. It depends on the time, space, and the pretext when you perform your duty. Now, Pumsavana, to clear Pitrana, it is necessary to have a male baby. With this object, to ensure that the first child born is a male child, this samskara is followed. Interestingly, banyan bud having 2 nuts combined with paddy and grinded with milk is used in the samskara. In fact, a young girl, not more than 8 or 10 years, she should pound it. And the word is Puman Jayate. That means a male babe will be born. Actually, in English, Tamil say, An Pulle Petta. So this means in the past tense, a definite future can be spelled in past tense. That is the Vyakarana Sutra they are using. Now, this resulting juice is poured into the right nasal of the pregnant lady, which may be a matter of scientific research. Actually, as per the science, it is the 3rd month of pregnancy which decides the sex, and correctly means it should be done in the 3rd month of pregnancy. This samskara has to be done during the 3rd month of pregnancy, Simanto Nayana. During the 4th month of pregnancy, the child will develop grasping power and delicate veins around womb will be an obstacle in passing the message what the mother has grasped to the child in a smooth manner. So now this Abhimanyu Vrittantu you know very well. So Krishna was telling about entering to Chakravyuha, how to enter it, etc. But he did not tell it the moment Abhimanyu as a child in womb. When he said yes, 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 then he became cautious. I did not tell how to escape from Chakravyuha. So this is the 4th year, 4th month of pregnancy. Actually the karna or the hearing device develops in babe. So that is why it has to be done. The appropriate time is the 4th month. What the mother has grasped the child in a smooth manner. To overcome this problem, this samskara is performed for which, I don't know the exact word in English, it is ಮುಳ್ಳಹಂದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, ನಾಡಿ ಕಾಂತ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಹಾಂ, ವಾಕ್ಯ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಓಕೆ. After this, veena is played, so that loosens the delicate veins around the womb, so that there can be a clear communication between the mother and the child in the womb. After this, veena is played, chanting the Veda mantra, Soma Yevanaha ityadi, followed with songs in Sriraga. The Sriraga is also called Mrita Sanjeevani Raga. There is a difference of opinion among different rishis for the opt time of the samskara, which varies from 3rd month to the 7th month of pregnancy. Now, Jata Karma, this is as it notes itself. This is the first samskara after the birth of the child. It has to be performed immediately after the birth. Now, more or less immediately after the birth has no much meaning in these days due to various restrictions. However, even very orthodox people perform this rite on the 11th day, and as per the custom, it can be performed within a year or on the first birth anniversary. The objective of this rite is to protect the baby from evil spirits and propitiate the devatas like Surya, Agni for a long life of the child. In the case of male babe, there is what is called Palikarna Homa is also performed. Namakarana. Naming the child is called Namakarana. Usually 3 names will be there, Vis, Masanama, Nakshatranama and Nijanama, while the first 2 names depend on the month and star at the time of birth. The last one is the choice of the elders and the parents. In fact, the Sankalpa says 2 types, Namadashyavaha, another one says Namadashyavahe, like this is there. So this Namakarana should be noted there, no mantra is used. Actually it is a non-Vedic samskara but recognized as it is something like giving a label to the Atma in the body. Annaprashana. This is a rite to be observed after the development of teeth, usually in the 6th month, when the rice mixed with curd, honey and ghee will be given to the child after chanting the relevant 4 mantras. And at the end of each mantra, the mantras being Vyahartis, Bhurapam Toshadi Nakam Rasam Prashayami, Shivastha Pavosadyasamto, Anamivastha Pavosadyasamto, Sharman Sambudya. You have to tell it. Similarly, Bhuvapakam Suvarapam, Bhurbhuva Suvarapam, for these things. But all these things are done, Amantaka are just Tantapurvakam for girls or female babes. The reason I don't know very much, but anyhow this is the practice being observed. Now Chaula or Chodakarma. So this rites up to Annaprashana, they are called Doshamarjaka Samskaras. So to purify the babe, yes, are called Doshamarjaka Samskaras. Chaula or Chodakarma, this samskara has to be done in the 3rd or 5th year of the child, in which the head of the child will be shaven, leaving a tuft on the back of the head, which will store or preserve the good effect of japa, tapa, etc. And as such, it is an important rite before Upanayanam. The important steps in this samskara are Kumara Bhojana, Homa as in Pumsavana or Simanto Nayana, Digvapana on the four sides of the head after chanting their 11 mantras, followed with shaving by a barber. The impact is this. Why this step? So whatever the japa tapa you do, the Shakti that is involved, that should not be go outside. You should be benefited for that. The tough will be something like a storing point. That is why Rishis had a theft, and our Purvajas also said you should have a theft for that purpose. Now you know how the culture has changed over the time. Now Upanayanam. This is the first step for a Brahmin boy to enter into Brahminism in principle. The following are the main items of this samskara. Then only he is called Dvija. So he is born for the second time. That is in principle. So Yajnopavita Dharana by the father or anybody who performs the rite to the boy. Because this performance means who does this samskara, he should be one as a upasaka, he should be a good person to do this. Otherwise it will be of no use. Then Kumara Bhojanam with mother, with Parishechana and Pranahuti without Pranava. Why mother means after this in olden days the boy has to be sent to Gurukula for learning maybe at least for 12 years instead of 48 years as it was there in the early stages. So something like the affection of the mother. So they indicated that was there. Sometimes the brahmacharya also will be there in place of mother. Then Digvapana like in Chaula and shaving by the barber if the rite is independently performed. Otherwise they just repeat the mantras and prokshana. Agnikarya in Laukikagni. New dhoti dipped in turmeric water to be worn after Ashmana Stapanam, that is putting the right leg on a stone. Mounji. So actually the Ashmana Stapana mantra is Atishte mamashmanam ashme vatvam sthiro bhava abhitishta pratanyataha sahasvapatana yataha, which means you be as strong as the stone. That means you should have that Sankalpam also in doing good things later. That is the meaning of it. And this new dhoti dipped in turmeric water to be worn after Ashmana Stapanam, that is putting the right leg on a stone. Now this vastra made out of cotton, so how it came, so how it came into practice, all these things are in the mantra like Revati Estva Vyakshan Krichika Sakam Taggastva Diyova Yenna Vagna Vranchan Samantakam Abito Ayachan, etc. like that. Then Maunji and Ajinadharana. Then turning the boy or Vatu clockwise, that is Pradakshina, father facing east and the boy facing west in the standing posture. Then Prokshanam with water. So before doing anything in the practice is, unless there is a Prokshana is equivalent, synonymous with Snana. So at this stage, every time you cannot ask the boy to go and have a Snana. Instead of that, uttering that mantra, Samudra Dhormirmadumagam Udarate Upagam Shuna Samamrtattvamasyam Imenute Rashmayaha Suryasya Yebisapitvam Pitaraha Nayanne. After chanting this point, it is as good as having a holy water bath. Now Prokshanam with water, then Panigrahanam. After this, he has to Agnishti, Astamagarbit, iti Mantrana Mante, he has to fold the right palm of the boy. Then Devata Paridanam separately to Agni, Soma, etc. Now you are more or less telling that Agni to protect him. Agnishte, Astamagrabit, Somaste, Agni etva paridadami, Soma yetva paridami, Savitre tva paridami. The last one being Prativyai tva savai ishva naraya paridadami. After this, the samskara of this Brahmopadesha, that starts here, Brahmacharitva. Now Devasyatva, Savitoprasve, Devata Pradana, Agni, etc. Then hugging and sitting closely and Supraja, etc. Mampopadesham on the right ear. You have to do it. So this indicates A Acharya should always be in the Acharya and the Shishya should be in opposite directions. Requesting for Acharya or for arranging for Vedadhyayana. So when this is done, the Vatu or the Brahmachari says, Brahmacharyamagam upamanayasva devena savita prasutaha. Now I am a Brahmachari. Now take me to Upanayanam means, Upanayanam preach me Gayatri. That is Upanayanam means to take me near Brahma. That is the internal meaning of it. Then Agni Pradakshina and Pradhana Homa. After Pradhana Homa and after Jayadi Homa, Yajurbesha Prayashitta is there, which is peculiar to only this samskara. Om Bhuvasvaha iti Homa to be performed before Prayashitta Homa. Then Gayatri Upadesham in the specified form. Now you can note that this Gayatri Upadesham need not necessarily be done by the father himself. And if there are people who are the Upasakas of this mantra, they can also do it. That was earlier also in practice. The elders who were all very orthodox, they used to do this for their grandson, etc. Then Dandadaranam, vote taking by the Brahmachari or Vatu. So they sing Ratancha me, Smratancha me, Smatancha me, Tanma Ubayam Ratam like that. Yad Brahmana Nam Brahmanim Ratam Yadagne Sem Dasya Prajapatikassya Sadevasya Sadeva Sapitrikasya Sapitraj Sakam Darva Apsaraskasya Yanma Atmana Atmani Vratam Tenaham Sarva Vrato Bhoyasam. Okay. So like this, there are so many things. Then Samidadanam, Suryavalokana for the first time, Samidadanam, Vratadesha, Bhikshadharana, which Vadadesha means there are four things like the Vatu will say, amen, like Bhadam, Brahmacharyasi, Bhadam, Aposhana, Karma Kuru, Ma Sushuptaha, Bhikshacharyanchara, Acharya, Dino Bhava. So it should not be spelled as Acharya, Dino Bhava, Acharya, Adino Bhava. Then he will be given this Bhikshatna, Matarameva, Agre Bhiksheta. It is again very important. What importance is given to mother? Matarameva, Agre Bhiksheta. First have the alms from your mother. Dandanir at the end of the fourth day, in which another new vasta has to be put on by the Vatu, as in the beginning, and the Samarpana of the old one to the Guru. Upakarma and Vratasmavartanam. While Upakarma is a samskara or karma for commencing the Vedadhyayana to be followed in the first Upakarma, day after the Upanayanam, Vratasmavartana is a rite to be performed just before marriage, and it is not necessary that one should marry. He may continue to be a bachelor. They are called Naistika Brahmacharis. Then Vivaha, this is the important one, followed by everybody, all the four Varnas. Like Upanayana for a boy, Vivaha is for a girl, and she is called as Upanita, after which she would be a Brahmin in principle. Though it is not a binding for a man, it is necessary to be a complete man, and from the point of view of social harmony. A Brahmin can perform Vedic karmas for the welfare of the lokas only after marriage and clear Pitarana by producing good children to continue his services to the society and the world. As such, this samskara is recognized as very important in all four varnas. The important steps in this rite are agreement between the elders of the two families by the way of engagement or Lagnapatika, Janavasa or Nishitartha on the previous day of the marriage, then Kashi Yatra on the following day, Kanyadana, Madhuparkadana, Agni Pratishtha by the broom, before Madhuparka, Mahasankalpa, Prokshana with holy water through Noga. This is a wooden piece having two holes. Wearing of new saree by the bride given by the groom as per the custom or tradition. Mangalya Dharana, Yokta Bandhana to the bride. In fact, Mangalya Dharana is not there as per the Sutta, but it has become so very important this thing. If you do not do it, you are unfit to be a Vadyar. Then bringing the bride to the right of the bridegroom after chanting the relevant mantra, continuation of the Agnikarya and chanting of mantras, Soma Pratamaha, etc. Kamya Hasta Grahana before Saptapadi, all these things there. Then Pradakshina Brahma by the couple, Pradhana Homa, which includes Laja Homa, this is important. Homa with puffed rice, removing of Yokta, performing the like उत्तम बनादि मंत्र जप यजतादि etc. Agneya Stalipaka, Vishwavasa Gandharvadana, Upasana Aramba, and Udva Sheshoma on the same day or on the fourth day early morning, and Nagavalli, chewing of beetle leaves as per the custom. So the chewing of the leaves has many specifications how it should be done, etc. Then Urutani, it is one or less peculiar to Iyengars only, not all the Iyengars, especially in Tamil Nadu, by the couple sitting in opposite directions while chanting Andal's Varanamayiram, it is there, which is a Sampradayam among some Sri Vaishnavas only. Amtyeshte, it is very important, while the above 15 rites are performed when the man is alive, are Daihika Samskaras. This Samskara is Aurdadeka, that is after the soul leaves the body. After the soul leaves the body, this samskara has to be performed with utmost gaiety, following the rules as strictly as possible, as it is presumed that the departed soul may not be satisfied, thereby reducing the karmapala. The following are the 6 steps involved in samskara. 1. Dahana samskara, followed by the karta, following by Asti Sanchayana on the following day, commencing of Nityavidhi, continuation of the same till the 10th day, additional rituals on the 10th day like Prabhuta Bali and so on, and Pashana Stapana. And fourth one is 11th day ceremony called Ekodishta. He is conducting Shodasa Shraddhas and Sapindikarana. And following day will be Vaidika Samaradhana in all the Varnas Maharajas there with Shubhasvikara. Then the last one is performing this monthly ceremony till the first year. And totally it will be 17 years, 17 ceremonies or 18 as the case may be. And Ashirvada on the following days. Limitations. The outlines as given above by and large applies to Sri Vaishnava Brahmins following Krishna Yajurveda and Apastama Sutra. The methods vary among different Brahmins following different Vedas and different Sutras. However, the ultimate objective is the same. Now the basic course. While performing Vedic karmas, both the Samskarta who performs the rite and the samskarya who is to be subject to rite should be in traditional dress after taking bath. Complete Vishwasa, these Sapta Sutras are very important, or Shraddha it is called. Nishte means following the footsteps of elders of the family and community. Niyama Paddhate means following the rules as per following the rules as specified to the best of ability. Nisvartate, unselfishness. Then Niraveshate means good temperament. Sattoguna irbeku anta artha adake. Niradambara means without posing, you should not pose it. Then Arpana Manobhava, which means to be dedicated to God as His service. Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat jihosi dadasi yati. Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam, as Gita Charya puts it. In fact, in Shiva Vaishnava Sampradaya, it is we take the view that Karta Karayita Chaiva. He is the person to do, he is the person to get it done. Therefore, it is we do it as his to his priti or as his service. Thank you all.